A grotesque stillbirth of divinity festers in the void, a lament to what should never have been. The Atropal, a god unborn, exudes a stench of cosmic decay. Its twisted form a mockery of life. Every inch of its skin seems to pulse with a sickly ooze, and its hollow cries reverberate with an ageless hunger for existence. As it floats, gnarled umbilical tendrils seek out the warmth of life, desperate to siphon what it was denied. And while we might wish to turn away from such a harrowing vision, one must wonder, what happens when the Atropal finds what it's searching for? Atropals are stillborn godlings who spontaneously rise as undead. A soul-numbing cold comes before and follows after an Atropal. The life energy of heroic creatures are suppressed in its foul aura, and the life force of lesser creatures is extinguished. An Atropal is black with afterbirth malformed and unfinished, and obviously undead. Its wet, wrinkled, and bloated humanoid body is surmounted by a hairless, overlarge head, its eyes glassy and vacant. It constantly drools stinking ichor as it mouths obscenities. Its arms are too slender and its tiny hands end in cruelly sharpened nails, while its legs are atrophied, dead things that hang useless below it. An Atropal never walks, it can't. Instead, it floats. When an Atropal rises, the gods themselves cringe and seek to banish the horrid remnant by sealing it away in a separate cemetery plane or beneath the crypts of dead civilizations. Woe to the adventuring party or wizard archaeologist who entombs an Atropal. Once released, the Atropal kills everything in a wider and wider swath until it is somehow neutralized. It is difficult to say what the personality of an Atropal is. It is stuck in a perpetual state of anger at the universe and its malformed existence. Atropals are forever doomed to be undead. It is an unfinished creation of a god, cast adrift and abandoned. Since an Atropal was never truly alive, it can't be raised from the dead or resurrected from its state. Even divine intervention at its highest can't breathe true life into these hateful, miserable horrors. All of this before we even know what an Atropal is capable of. When these great abominations that are Atropals are born, they can be defeated. But any fragment or cast-off bit of flesh that remains is dangerous, for an Atropal scion may yet arise from these fragments, just lessened in power from a divine being. Their abilities are grotesque. These hateful creatures have many abilities to accomplish the tasks of killing and destruction at their fingertips. They give off a negative, cold energy, drawing life from the living. The Atropal's very gaze could cause death. They're also very dangerous spellcasters, though they themselves could not be affected by any form-altering magics, such as polymorph. They're immune to energy drain, spill. They are immune to many types of magic, anything affecting the mind. And they have a blind sight that reaches out 500 feet, with telepathic abilities that range even further. Any creature within 30 feet of Atropals cannot regain hit points. They can summon wraiths, and a very sneaky ability of the Atropal is Wail, where the Atropal lets out a withering wail. Any creature that can hear it and fails a save gains 1 level of exhaustion, ticking down over time, wearing down their opponents. The Atropal can drain life from its enemies, taking health for itself, and with its aura that allows you not to heal, it is a battle of attrition with an undead, unfinished godling. Though it seems like an Atropal is an end, a failure, a creature with no chance at redemption or life, they do have other purposes. This will have small spoilers for the Tomb of Annihilation, where we learn about the Grand Lich Acerak, who had stumbled upon an Atropal. He has discovered something truly terrifying. If you feed an Atropal necromantic energy and enough souls, it will evolve, becoming not quite what it was meant to be, but a grotesque husk of what it was supposed to be. A god but an evil god, a creature with the abilities of a god, but only malice and hate and death in mind. If unleashed, this newborn death god would glut itself on life until none but the dead walked the world. If the Atropal achieves its dark evolution, there is no hope that remains for the living. The abyss beckons. What hope would the living have in the face of a being even the gods cast out, a being the gods themselves cannot deal with, a thrown-away thing, a reminder of terrible mistakes? As the abyss of the world whispers its temptations, we're left to wonder, can the cosmos survive its own darkest creation? And when death itself arises, who can stand against it?